Have you ever scrolled through your feed and noticed that some friends, people you know are perfectly happy and social in real life, rarely ever post anything online? Maybe you're one of them. It's easy to wonder, are they okay? Are they just not into social media? The truth is, not posting doesn't mean someone is isolated or unhappy. It often reflects a much deeper aspect of their personality, their personal preferences, or their overall mindset toward life. In a world that often screams, if you didn't post it, it didn't happen, there's a quiet, powerful group of people who are choosing a different path. They're present, they're engaged, but they're not broadcasting their every move. So today, let's dive deep and explore the fascinating psychology behind people who prefer to stay low-key online. We'll uncover the reasons why choosing silence in the digital world can actually be a sign of strength, balance, and profound self-awareness. It's a perspective that might just change the way you see your own social media habits. One of the most fundamental reasons people stay off social media is the deep-seated need for personal space. For them, their life is a sanctuary, a private world that doesn't need to be open for public viewing. This isn't about being secretive. It's about preserving a sense of self. Imagine your home. You wouldn't leave the front door wide open for strangers to walk in and out, right? For some, their personal life, their thoughts, their highs, and their lows feel the same way. They need that boundary to feel secure and at peace. This need for personal space is crucial for their emotional balance. Constantly sharing updates, photos, and life events can feel like a performance, one that requires a lot of energy. By keeping their experiences to themselves, they get to live them more fully, without the added pressure of how those moments will be perceived by others. They're focusing on the texture of the experience itself, the taste of the food, the beauty of the sunset, the warmth of a conversation, rather than trying to capture the perfect angle for a post. This allows them to stay grounded and connected to the present moment, finding calmness in a world that's constantly buzzing with digital noise. Another key factor is personality, particularly for those who are more introverted or simply have a naturally calm disposition. Introverts, by definition, draw their energy from their inner world. While extroverts feel recharged by social interaction, introverts recharge through peace, quiet, and solitude. Social media, with its constant stream of notifications, comments, and expectations to engage, can feel incredibly draining for them. They're not antisocial. They're just selective about where they put their social energy. Instead of being the one at the center of the online party, they're more comfortable being an observer. They might use social media to follow artists they admire, read interesting articles, or get inspiration for a hobby. They're gathering information, not seeking attention. For them, the digital world is a library, not a stage. Their quietness online isn't a sign of disinterest in others. It's a reflection of their natural inclination to listen and observe before they speak. Let's talk about one of the biggest psychological traps of social media: the comparison game. It's that feeling you get when you're scrolling and see someone's perfect vacation, their new promotion, or their flawless family photo, and a little voice in your head whispers, "My life doesn't look like that." People who don't post often are consciously or unconsciously stepping away from this toxic cycle. By choosing not to participate in the highlight reel culture, they free themselves from the constant pressure to measure up. They're not worried about whether their weekend was Instagram-worthy or if their accomplishments are getting enough recognition. This frees up an incredible amount of mental energy. Instead of focusing on appearances and crafting a perfect online persona, they can invest that energy into living a genuine, authentic life that feels good to them, regardless of what anyone else is doing. This detachment from comparison helps them feel more grounded, content, and secure in their own journey. They're running their own race on their own terms. This leads us to a powerful trait: inner confidence and self-security. When your self-worth isn't tied to external validation, you don't need likes, comments, or shares to feel good about yourself. People who are genuinely secure don't require an audience to validate their experiences or their existence. Their happiness comes from within, from their achievements, their relationships, and their personal growth. Think about it. When you truly enjoy a moment, do you need 100 people to like it for it to be meaningful? For those with strong inner confidence, the answer is no. The joy was in the moment itself. They value authenticity over visibility. They would rather have a deep, meaningful conversation with one close friend than receive superficial praise from hundreds of online acquaintances. Their silence online isn't a void. It's a space filled with self-assurance. They know their worth, and it's not determined by an algorithm or the court of public opinion. This quiet confidence is a form of freedom that many people crave but struggle to find in our hyper-connected world. Many people who limit their posting are also highly aware of the importance of digital balance. They recognize that while social media can be a great tool for connection, too much of it can lead to anxiety, pressure, and mental exhaustion. They're not anti-technology. They're pro-well-being. They've seen or experienced the negative effects of being too online, and have made a conscious choice to protect their mental space. Setting these healthy boundaries is a form of self-care. It's like deciding you need a quiet evening at home after a long, stressful week at work. By stepping back from the constant need to post and perform, they create a buffer that protects their peace of mind. Their online silence isn't a sign of them being disconnected from the world. In fact, it can be a sign of being deeply connected to themselves. It's an act of mindfulness, a deliberate choice to curate a life that feels calm and balanced, both online and off. They're not missing out. They're opting into a more peaceful state of being. Finally, it's crucial to understand that not posting doesn't mean not participating. Many of these individuals are what you might call quiet participants or lurkers, and that term shouldn't have a negative connotation. They're still present. They're just engaging in a different way. They're reading articles, watching videos, and learning new things. They're keeping up with friends and family, but they might do it by sending a private message instead of leaving a public comment. They often prefer fewer but more meaningful interactions. A heartfelt direct message checking in on a friend means more to them than a generic "Happy birthday" on their public wall. They value the quality of their connections over the quantity of their followers. Their engagement is intentional and private. So, while their public-facing profile might seem inactive, their inner digital life can be quite rich and active. They are the silent, thoughtful observers of the digital world, absorbing and connecting on their own quiet terms. So as we've seen, the choice to not post on social media is a complex and deeply personal one. It's not about being disconnected or unhappy. For many, it's a conscious decision to protect their personal space, honor their introverted nature, and free themselves from the trap of comparison. It's a sign of inner confidence, a commitment to digital balance, and a preference for quiet, meaningful participation. Not posting is a way of choosing peace, authenticity, and a life lived for oneself, not for an audience. Ultimately, there is no right or wrong way to use social media. Your worth is not and never will be defined by what you share online or how many people see it. Whether you love to share your life with the world or prefer to keep it private, the most important thing is to be true to yourself. Be yourself, quietly or loudly, and own your choices. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore this topic. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on psychology and self-growth. See you in the next one.